lot of people ask me about a Chirac King that goes by the name of FBG Duck. You know what I mean? A lot of people wanted me to speak on Duck, so we're gonna speak on Duck on this topic. A lot of people ask me. Well, before we even get into that, y'all already know what to do. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notifications. Post notification button is right next to the subscribe button. All you gotta do is just press it, boop, you'll be notified with all the good news. You know, you'll have that. You get all the good content. Like I said, we appreciate y'all, man. But FBG Duck, man. A lot of people always ask me, why didn't FBG Duck leave Chicago after he got his $3 million record deal through Sony? Now that's a good question right now. It could be a lot of reasons why, FBG Duck didn't leave Chicago. Uh, Maybe he had more in Chicago than anybody else had. FBG Duck had a whole family. He had kids. He had his mom's cousins. You can't forget. You got to be mindful. These guys is born and raised in Chicago. That's where they from. You know what I mean? But the violence, the gang violence and shit like that, I get what y'all mean. But FBG Duck, he felt like he didn't have to run from nothing. This guy was really running STL. You know what I mean? Like no joke. Like when he got his $3 million deal, the first thing he did was broke his mom some bread like he's supposed to do. And he passed out stacks to the gang, to his friends and shit. Big stacks of money. And King Von basically repeated that whole little act. King Von and Lil Durk. He passed out a lot of money to these guys, you know what I mean? And his mama and them, they driving around in Rolls Royces, they in Wraiths and shit. He going to the bank, he hitting every bank in Chicago, pulling out big money. You know, Duck was living that life, but I feel like he should have. I feel like they gave him that money for features. They gave him that much money so he can move his family out of Chicago. Cause you got to think about it. Sony was smart as hell. These the guys who making PlayStations and shit like that. They were smart. They didn't want him to live in Chicago or nothing like that. That's why they gave him this money. They wanted Duck to get out of Chicago, and they wanted him to, do major features. That's why he went hard with the 21 Savage feature. That was one of the features that they asked for. You know what I mean? But it was like Duck. He just wanted to stay in his city. Then another thing, like the music, he tried to cause peace for everybody. Doug tried to make peace for everybody. That's why he made Chicago Legends. Motherfuckers didn't want to hear that. They kept dissing him and shit. So that's basically why he dropped. His major hit. Everybody know which song that is. It was Doug tried to make a change. It's like motherfuckers wouldn't let him. That's why he had to get out of Chicago because the energy was always gonna be negative. I mean, you got a deal. You worth some paper. Motherfuckers ain't gonna like that. Motherfuckers gonna be hating on you, all type of shit. You know. So you gotta be mindful, bro. But I heard a lot of stories about Duck. A lot of people told me Duck was cool as hell. You know, uh, they said that he'd give you if he had $2, he'd give you $1 type shit. They said that Duck was really had a good heart, and he wanted to see everybody win. He wanted to see everybody in the door. That's what people told me. You know, I actually knew FBG Duck, but it was when we was shorties when he was going to Cone School on 105th on 104th and State. I knew him then, but I mean, he moved and shit. But he tried to put the team on and shit. He just loved Chicago. He'd go out of town and do shows and shit, but he'd come right back to the city. I feel like Duck should have had a crib, outside the city somewhere, you know, in a nice ass neighborhood. You know what I mean? A nice neighborhood because living in Chicago is dangerous. It is. And then what? You got viral hits like that. Especially If you dissing and shit, y'all both dissing. They was dissing him. He was dissing them. Like I said, Duck wasn't no coward. He was really labeled a Chicago bully, bro. This guy was not a coward. Like I said, he always spoke on how he felt. He always did what he said. Even with the Lil J shit, he been told us Lil J was doing bogus shit. Duck Ben said that. He said that he was gonna take it to the grave with him. He ain't gonna put his business out there like that. But he gonna take it to the grave with him. He said that, Lil J stayed doing sneak ass shit like that, bro. You gotta be mindful, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Just because you see the videos and you see everybody toting tools and smoking dope, that don't mean that everybody's a good person. You know what I mean? It's some real shiesty people out here that you thought that you would think, you know what I'm saying? They got you and shit like that, and motherfuckers really be praying on your downfall. That's sort of what he said. Lil J was on. Lil J basically wanted to be the star at every show. Like, basically, he was like, Lil J wanted to be the only rapper or something. I don't know. It was just crazy, man. But you can tell from Lil J demeanor that, he do shit like that. He like doing shit like that. Duck Ben said this before the FBG butter. Before all this shit, Duck Ben said that Lil J was a shiesty dude, bro. Why you think he repping WTO, He, Lil J been on some other shit. King Yellow was even saying that. King Yellow said he backdoored him. Just a lot of crazy shit going on, man. And this guy right back in jail. Next parole hearing is in 2 years since he got caught with a banger. Like I said, bro, God see everything. Karma is crazy. Karma is real. I thought after that 7 year stint, bro, ass would have been somewhere in California going ham or some shit. The bro still in the city riding around with guns, thinking shit cool, thinking shit sweet. You gotta admit the police got everybody location. It don't matter if you turned it off or not. Real shit. These iPhones and shit like that, they be rigged, bro. Police, they be knowing where people be at. They be knowing what be going on. They was watching Lil J. Even though he wasn't personally caught with the gun on him, the gun was at somebody's house, and the people, they said Lil J basically stashed it in there so he wouldn't get caught with it, but they said that it was his shit, type shit. And by him being on probation and just doing 7 years, they threw him in the hole, they booked him. But FBG Duck Ben said some shit like that. Then you got a lot of Geechee rumors and shit. It's just crazy, man. Like I said, we not here to dirty up Lil J or nothing like that, but it's a lot of people, a lot of blog sites, a lot of real people. I know nobody just ain't gonna lie on Lil J. I know nobody just ain't gonna lie on Lil J, so there's some truth to it. I don't know which parts is true, but I know everybody is saying the same thing, bro. Everybody. You know. But I wish Duck could have, survived. I wish he could have been doing his thing. He had a big deal, $3 million, try to break off everybody. You know, try to look out for everybody. You feel me? Duck had a good heart. He was a great basketball player too. That nigga was tall as hell, man. Duck was tall as fuck, bro. He was like the black Yao Ming out there. That's why they called him the Chirac bully, because he was beating on people from what I heard. I know his music was going viral at an early stage. Like, them guys been had the clout. You got to think about it. Duck and them, they been had the clout, bro. They been had it. And as he got older and that stuff got realer, his clout just boosted like a billion times more. You know what I mean? Duck was a genius and he was very marketable. He knew how to market himself without hitting World Star, without being on any of them bigger platforms, any of that. He did that shit by himself, bro. He was hitting millions of views before anything, before he was on Vlad TV, before any of that. Duck was already, like I said, this guy was marketable, bro. He knew how to market himself. He knew how to make good music. A lot of people adapted to what he made. A lot of people appreciated what he did. I believe if Duck was still alive, Chicago would be hit by a storm. And I mean a storm, a musical storm, because I know Duck had some shit. He had some good music on the way. Uh, Duck had some stuff, bro, for real. Then on top of that, Duck was just about to sign another major deal. I think he was supposed to get like another 4 million from Rap A Lot Records before he passed. He was supposed to get another $4 million, bro, from Rap A Lot Records. That's what I said. He knew what he was doing. Duck knew what he wanted to do. Uh, a lot of big labels, they was offering him this money and giving it to him because, like I said, he was marketable. His face was on dollar bills. When they thought about FBG Duck, all they thought about was money because they knew, how Chicago was gonna run his music up. Same way King Von, Lil Durk, and Chief Keef. It's a special sauce. It's like a gateway to getting this shit. And right now, Lil Durk is the keeper of that gateway. He holds the key to get inside that gateway to accomplish your dreams. That's why a lot of people is, with the OTF, the O Block wave right now, because they feel like Dirk is like the grand master. He can get you a deal quick. He got connects. He know the people. He's super rich. Everything he touch gonna be gold. That's how they feel about Lil Durk. And if Duck was alive, that's how they feel about him too, because this guy was very marketable. Like I said, by himself, no say cheeses, no real stars, no shade rooms, no none of that. Just him and his YouTube channel, him and his homeboy, one Trey and them, making beats, shooting videos for him. He did that on his own. No, he didn't have a video on World Star, anything like that. They just seen YouTube, seeing them numbers, and like I said, when they see how your numbers running up on there, they like, God, Lord, nobody ain't picked this guy up. That was the same way Lil J had. Lil J had the sauce before. Lil J gave them the sauce too. Lil J was running up YouTube, bro. Why you think his clout so hot right now? Why you think they called this guy Clout Lord? And as soon as he got out, he dropped 6 consecutive hits on the YouTube charts, passing Lil Durk and Lil Baby, bro. And these are facts. Lil J been hit the sauce, but you know what? Like I said before, if God see that you ain't ready to change, he'll put you back in the same situation you came out of, bro. He really would. And Lil J just did 7 years. He should know better than that. Lil J know better than that, bro. And then the guys you hanging around with, they not real, because if they was real, they would have took the gun charge for you. You the only one that got charged, huh? Like, it's just sad, man. That's why I know if Duck was here, like I said, this rap game would be in the chokehold. He didn't want to leave Chicago at all. That was just the only problem. Like I said, he wanted to stay home. He wanted to stay on STL. He didn't want nobody to think he was running from shit. And I feel him on that, because that's his city. Why should you have to leave your city if you was born and raised here? Come on now. You was born and raised in your city. Why should you have to leave? But his reasons was detrimental. There was a whole lot of beef going on, you know, a lot of dead homies, a lot of people right up the street that's trying to hurt this guy. You know, uh, he had a lot of reasons he could have moved from Chicago. Shit, I love my life. You know, I'm not trying to get caught locking into nothing, going to the store, or I'm with my kids trying to take them somewhere, anything like that. You know, there's levels to this shit, man, and that's crazy. But FBG Duck, he wasn't even nowhere to be even lacking, bro. This dude was all the way downtown at the Gucci store and shit, Dolce and Gabbana. He was all the way downtown at that stuff, shopping for his son's birthday. He wasn't in the hood shopping. He didn't go to no hood store and buy t-shirts. He wasn't in the trap buying socks and shoes. This dude was downtown where there's multiple police officers and a big police force down there that could protect you. He was down there and he was shopping for his kid. And who would have even known that these guys was be so thirsty to get FBG Duck? These guys were so thirsty, so bloodthirsty that they went down there, knowing that there's over 65 cops on each corner, knowing that there's over 253 cameras on each block. These guys was hungry like a dog. They still went over there and let off shots and killed FBG Duck. They hit innocent people. It was just crazy. Yes, his girl did return fire on these guys. It was just a big like old western movie. You could have seen this on like Blade 3 or something. You could have seen this on like Mission Impossible, bro. Like this was the real deal. These guys was really, it was a real gunfight in front of the Gucci store, in front of multiple police cameras, in front of multiple witnesses. And these was what these dudes is young as hell, man. That was like some real desperado shit. If you ask me, that was some real desperado shit. You got these guys on the side of the street. They shooting all up in the windows. They hitting people all in their face and shit. It was just crazy, bro. You know, that's crazy. That guy, he was all the way out of harm's way. He wasn't in nobody's hood. He wasn't doing any of that. He was just out shopping for his son's birthday. All the way far, far from the hood. This guy far. He where the tourists at. He where you first enter Chicago and shit. Duck was very, 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 very far from the hood. And it's like as soon as somebody knew his location or either somebody told his location, these guys was caught on camera running from O Block, hopping in their vehicles, doing 80 miles per hour. They got down to where Duck was at in damn near 15, 20 minutes. 15 minutes top they got from where they was at to FBG Duck. And they seen exactly where they thought he would be, and like I said, that young man lost his life. He had a good soul, man. Duck was the king of Chicago, if you ask me. Like I said, if he was here, it'd be nothing but diabolical hits. FBG Duck would have been on Lil Durk's level, just like Lil JoJo, you know, just like 051 Melly. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people who would have been sky high up there uh, with Lil Durk. You know, you got to think about L.A. Capone. L.A. Capone would have been the biggest thing in Chicago. He would have been bigger than Lil J, if you ask me. King Von. King Von was gonna be bigger than everybody. This guy was a complete lyricist, and he knew how to put words and shit together real good. From being nothing to something, this guy knew how to put words together very good. And like I said, he was a street dude. You wouldn't even know Von, knew how to put words together like this, bro. His metaphors was crazy. All them crazy stories, man, that was crazy. People heard Von. He was really speaking some shit when he was rapping, though. A lot of people. It's a lot of people, bro, from both sides. But like I said, FBG Duck, I'm glad that he enjoyed most of his money. I'm pretty sure he had way, way more money than that, but I'm surprised that he was enjoying most of his money. Like I said, he said that he wasn't gonna stop until he got a record deal, and he got it on his own. He didn't need Lil J. He didn't need anybody. You know, uh, like I said, that's why I say you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta have confidence. You gotta know that you can do this. You gotta have confidence. You can't give up. You can't give up. You know, you keep going. You can accomplish anything. You can accomplish your dreams. You can be what you want to be. That's what Doug did. His legacy is always gonna be, like I said, a historian. This guy made it. He made it from being nothing in the trenches of Chicago, putting out his good music, putting out his good content. He made it, and shit. He was still young, but he lived a good life. You know what I mean? Like I said, but if he was here right now, it'd be some hell to pay, especially in the music industry. Duck would have had a $4 million deal with Rap A Lot Records. That was the other advance. That would have been the second advance. I think the first one was $3 million from Sony, and I think Rap A Lot Records was gonna sign him fully. I think him and Sony had a distribution deal. You know, so he was living it. He was having it. King Von, he was having it too. He had a lot of motherfucking deals thrown at him. So many deals was thrown at Von that he just closed out his email for 2 weeks. That's what he said. He was already making a couple million, a week anyway. He already had money. That's why motherfuckers weren't even really worried about it. But if he would have signed one of them big, 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 big deals, he was signed to Dirk fully, but If he would have signed one of them major deals along with his OTF deal, it would have been over with. But he was already making millions with Dirk. Like I said, that was his evil twin. Dirk could just pull up and throw him 100,000 out of nowhere. He wouldn't did it. It wouldn't even have to be because of the record deal. He'd just be happy flexing, throw him 100,000, tell him that's you, bro. Like, you know. So that dude had a shitload of money for real. You got to think about it. FBG Duck, he was on this level too. You know, Billionaire Block, all them doing good for themselves. All these guys got money. They got grills and shit now. Everybody stay out of town with their own cribs. You know, just imagine if Duck was home. Everybody could have been playing with the hundreds, you know? But rest in peace, FBG Duck, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave a comment of your favorite song of FBG Ducks on this video, like I said. Subscribe to the channel. Notification button right next to the subscribe button. All you have to just press it. Boop. You'll be notified with all the best content, all the good news. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Do you think FBG Duck would have surpassed Lil Durk by now? Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. It's called TV, and we out of this thing. Gang.